Welcome to the Bushplatoon, and in this episode we built this screw pile foundation shed in the middle of nowhere. Let's get it! Going! Hong, she's going! Hong, look out!
Look at that dirt. Look at that dirt. Okay, it's about 1 o'clock. We just finished cutting all the big trees out. Now we're gonna get the brush cutter going, and we're just gonna brush this all out, get a better, clearer view, and then we're gonna lay it out and start putting the piles in.
All right, so we have the area fully cleared here. We got rid of the stumps, and now it's ready to start laying down the foundation. So we decided to go off this corner here where we dug a pilot hole.
Small
Right next to
we had to cut the roots out of the way first because it kind of fell right where the roots were.
So we cut the root here, and this is where we're gonna lead off.
So we're gonna start with our first one here, and then we're gonna measure off everything else from there.
So for this build, we decided to use helical screw piles by Pilot. Now these cost about $40 a pop at Home Depot or Lowe's, and they enable you to build foundations without having to worry about concrete and putting piles into the ground and waiting for it to set. Because of our location so far from a road, we decided this was the best option to not have to deal with bringing in concrete. They can handle about 5,000 pounds pressure, and so they're good for building things like sheds, cabins, small decks, anything that is not going to take too much weight. The big advantage with these is even when the ground heaves during the winter, these sort of move along with it, so you don't have the leveling issues you sometimes have with concrete. Now this is a two-man job. We were able to do it because our soil is mainly clay, but it does take quite a lot of pressure, and that's why we had to use leverage to get these things to actually spin. And it did take us a while to get them into the ground.
So right now we're about 5 inches from here to the base of the saddle. We might drop it 1 more inch, and then I know with this we have some more height to play with.
All right, so we've laid it all out, squared it up, and then we've marked the locations for the next 3 posts with these sticks. Here's one here, and then another one here. So this is begins the really fun part of trying to get these things into the ground, which is always.
We cut this, there was 2 trees here. We cut them out because there's no way we can go around with the long beam there to screw these in if those are in the way. So we have to remove those trees, which is not so bad. They're not really pretty trees anyway. So now we're gonna start with this pile here where this stick is. Once that one's in, and we'll do that one, and then we'll do the back one. These ones are lined up perfectly, and it looks like these ones are already squared up perfectly based on our little box we built there.
Think about that.
What is Dead-Eye Donnie?
Dead-Eye Donnie, baby.
Fucking Dead-Eye Donnie over here.
2 times.
Hey.
Nice.
Okay, so we have our box here, finished it up. As you can see, it's all doubled up on the edges. So now we're gonna move this box that we just completed, put it onto the footings, and then we'll be able to get the other side correctly measured. So we'll know where to put the other footings and make sure everything's squared up.
Oh, she's in.
Can anybody believe this? Look at this.
How's it feel, Rory?
Look how stable it is. More stable than I am.
How's it feel, Rory?
Feels unbelievable.
How's it feel, Rory?
I really can't believe everybody at this point.
Look at that. Dead-Eye Donnie.
Fucking Dead-Eye Donnie over here.
Come on now. Come on. You're just marking the 16-inch on centers for the joist. I'm gonna nail them in today for now, and then I'll pick up more joist hangers in town tomorrow because I don't have any. I don't have enough.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, final board of the floor going in here. There we go.
All right, we'll pick up the hangers tomorrow, put them on, and then we're good.
Beauty.
All right, we're putting the joist hangers on. We've got a palm nailer running all the way down to a Milwaukee electric compressor. Perfect for the outdoor, off-grid life. And of course, the old $35 Mastercraft palm nailer. Cheap but effective. Saves us a lot of headaches and time when you're doing joist hangers. You got Ruben here putting them in, doing a great job. All right, so right now we're just taking this styrofoam insulation and we're cutting it down into strips, and we're gonna put it inside the floor joist spacing for the cabin. We've had this here for a few years, so it's a perfect use for it. We're probably gonna go double layer, so that'll give us about R19, if that, which doesn't really matter. Well, R20, sorry, because these are about R10, R8, R value. So that'll go in between the space. We're gonna put the 4x8 sheets of 1/2-inch treated plywood underneath to hold it, and it'll seal it, and then the top we'll put the floor on top, and this will be in between. So we're just ripping them down right now with the table saw on site. So we decided to just put tie back under, and then I'm just gonna run a couple pieces of 1x3 strapping for support instead of using the plywood. It's cheaper, probably easier, and it'll probably be just fine. So we'll see how that works.
We're trying to hang up a tarp over the work site because now it is raining. And then the plan is to hang a tarp over so we can maybe try to keep some of the tools dry.
All right, so the rain is finally here, and we had to throw up this quick temporary shelter. Nothing too spectacular, but it does the trick. We just ran it over top, and then we can keep working. This is a massive tarp. I don't know how big it is, but it's huge. It's very hard to get it up, but we did it. So we're gonna continue working right now. We got the tie back on, and I'm just cutting these two. We got one underneath, one on top, and then we're gonna do that for all of this. And then once that's done, I'm gonna run a 1x3 strapping underneath just for additional support, and that'll do it. And then we can put our floor on and get building with the rest. Tall wall is built. I can't raise it without help, so I'm gonna wait till help arrives and then we're gonna put it up. I did the harder one first. You see the two openings there, the door, the window, 10 feet, 3 inches high. So it's gonna be, or 10 feet, 4.5 inches high. So it's gonna be high. Still gonna do a 312 pitch. Hopefully we can get this wall up, get that wall up. I ran out of lumber. I think I miscalculated, so I'm gonna have to get more. Except the store isn't open today because it's a long weekend, so I'm going to hit up the store on Tuesday morning to grab the rest of the lumber. And so I think what I have here will get me two walls, 2.5 walls. So we'll get those up, get them stable, and then the last wall should be pretty easy. And then we'll throw on our our rafters and call it.
So we're out here and we just completed the second wall. It's my first day on the job here, and we're out of materials now for the most part, or somewhat. So we're going to drive into town and expedition over there and pick up the remaining materials to finish the next two walls. And then tomorrow we'll work on the rafters and put up the siding. And then the next day it's supposed to be decent weather, so we'll put on the roof, and then God willing this will be finished. But it's coming along nicely.
Now we have this extra shelter up top, proper.
Yeah.
So if it rains, we got lots of room.
Right now it is supposed to be, I think.
All right, we're on the last wall. We're just gonna raise it up. And where's the gun? There she goes. So we got all 4 walls up. And now we'll tack them in, brace it, leave it for the night. I might put a bit of block in here, I might not, I don't know. And then I gotta put the top plates on, but I gotta wait so I can tie them all together. So that one will go from there to there, that one will go from there to there. Or no, those two will go from there to there, and then that one will go from there, something like that. I don't know. Just gotta tie them together. All right, quick update here. So we just finished putting up all the 4 walls. Just tacked them in, have them rough leveled, not like perfectly leveled yet. Just charging some batteries. It's our charging station. Charge all the batteries on here while the generator's running. And just, we're starting to cool down for the night here. So as you can see, we got these 4 up. 1, 2, 3, 4. I haven't tied them together with the top plate yet, so I'll be doing that tomorrow morning. And then we're gonna do our sheathing. I couldn't do it on the ground just because I wanted to get these framing up. And it would take a lot longer to put the sheeting on, and it'll probably be too heavy at that point too. So we're gonna do it the hard way and put them up while the walls are already up. Not the worst thing in the world. And then hopefully tomorrow we can get all the sheathing done and also get the rafters put up. That would be ideal. If we can get those done, then the last day was just gonna be putting the metal roof on. We'll put the door and windows in as well. Either way, it's all gotta get done, but this is our progress so far.